Oh yeah! Cream of the crop! Devil Dog Gaming! Snap into it!
Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back this time with a review for Mega Man 11. That's right, this is not going to be an epic review. This is just going to be a normal, short and sweet review, mainly because I've been working on a lot of these epic reviews for other games, and Mega Man, while it's a great game, I just didn't have time to do an epic review, so I'm just going to do a basic bare bones review, and let me know if you like it or not in the comments below. So here it is, my review for Mega Man 11. Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing the just released Mega Man 11. It was developed by Capcom and published by Capcom and was just released on October 2nd of 2018 for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and the Nintendo Switch. It is a 2.5D style game with graphics and full 3D polygonal character models where you play once again as Mega Man trying to stop the evil Dr. Wily once again. It has 8 linear stages that you can go through with mini bosses throughout it, and the main bosses that you can fight in any order you choose, just like a regular Mega Man game. And just like the old games of lore, you can go through and play and beat just about any level in what order you choose, but it is kind of recommended to find out which robots masters to beat first to get their powers to go through the other levels to make it easier for you. You know, there's 8 different robot masters, each of them with their own different moveset that you'll learn. And as you progress and defeat them, when Mega Man gets their power, unlike some of the old Mega Man games, in this one it's not just a color swap. Mega Man's helmet and blaster will actually change, which is a nice little addition. I mean, graphically, what do you expect? It is a higher def game. Now, also, you do have your classic moves like being able to slide and your trusty chargeable Mega Buster returns, alongside all the unique weapons that you get from defeating the Robot Masters. Now, a new addition to this game is the double gear system, which allows Mega Man the ability to either slow down time or increase his attack power of his weapons. They are known as the speed gear and the power gear, and activating both at once when your life is really low will allow you to do a super powerful room-wide attack, Mega Blast, but it will stun you, so if you're not careful you can get killed by doing it. Now, keep in mind, in order to activate the double gear system, in the PlayStation 4 version, the L1 button will activate the power gear, and the R1 button will activate the speed gear. And the only thing with this is when you're actually using these double gear system, is you do have a chance to overheat, because each one of these meters will be filling up as you have it activated. And once it reaches to its full capacity, you will pretty much overheat, and you will not be able to use it for a short amount of time until it cools down. Now, as you're going through the game, it does have massive amount of difficulty settings. So if you want to think that old Mega Man games were too hard, you can set it to the easiest mode, to where you pretty much, if you fall into a pit, you won't die. You'll have a little like robot duck that'll take you out of the pit. You have infinite lives, and it makes it where just about every enemy can be defeated with one shot blast. But if you think that's too easy for you, you can also adjust the difficulty up to like a harder one, to where it makes it, let's just say, like classic Mega Man games, it will pretty much kick your butt. Now, keep in mind that the PlayStation 4 version and the Xbox version are all virtually the same. The only difference is the Nintendo Switch version does get amiibo support. So if you have certain amiibos, you can scan them in and get special things added into the game. Now, the game also comes with different time trials that you can actually do, other side missions, and even has a global leaderboard system that allows you to rank your score across the world to see if you're number one. Now, alongside with all of this, you also have the return of your trusty dog, Rush, that can be used to help you out with the Rush Coil move and the Rush Jet move by pressing triangle button on the PlayStation 4 version. He doesn't really have a meter. It seems to be tied straight into that button now, so at any time you can call on him and have him come out to help you out. Now, the main way that you can level your character up in this is with these sprockets that you collect. These gear sprockets that come in two different size, large and small sizes. And you use these basically when you're back at the shop to buy either items, items or support items from Roll, or main parts to actually help you upgrade through the Robot Auto. And anytime you can do this by bringing up the main menu and going there and actually cashing in or saving up to actually get better stuff with it. Now, on the easiest difficulty, you won't be needing to spend your gears on like lives or nothing because you'll have infinite lives. But in the end, there are some pretty good perks that you can actually unlock. But it will take a good amount of grinding to actually get enough stuff to actually buy the items that you need. Now, overall, this game is only give or take about maybe 2 hours long if you rush through it, and maybe 4 to 6 hours tops, depending on what difficulty you choose. It's not that long of a game. And in fact, I found that the level designs are kind of annoying. I mean, I'd say about half of the levels, 4 out of the 8 levels, actually are very visually appealing. But a lot of the level designs are more frustrating than the actual enemies and bosses. And I know some of the Mega Man games, that is structurally how they're designed, is to give you a lot of difficulty along with the fighting of the other robots and also the bosses. But these levels I find to be a little bit poorly designed. A lot of them were super frustrating and just downright pissed me off. And I don't mind a difficulty of level design, but some of them are just poor design levels. I mean, especially the ones with the balls. I'm sorry, that's just so annoying. It's not challenging, it's more just blind luck if you can get through it. And the overall level length, while I do appreciate the length of the levels, I do think that they're a little bit too long. I think a lot of these levels should be a little bit shorter, and there's too many times when you fight these mini bosses, the side bosses, more than one time. I mean, I think like 2 or 3 times in one level before you actually get to the boss. And I find that the bosses are quite easy. They're not really that challenging. I mean, some of the later ones can actually pose a little bit of a threat, but once you figure out their pattern, especially with the double gear system, it tends to make it, I think, I hate to say this, a little bit too easy to fight the bosses. I found that the getting through the levels were more of a challenge than actually fighting the bosses. And I personally don't think a Mega Man game should be that way. I think the main difficulty should be the actual bosses, with the minor difficulty being getting through the level, but that's strictly just only my opinion. I mean, hands down, this is a true Mega Man game, and I do appreciate the fact that it is a finally we get a true Mega Man game after all these years, compared to that abomination Mighty Number 9. Oh my god, that was garbage. I mean, this is very visually appealing. It's a very beautiful game. The graphics look really nice. The voice acting is top notch. I mean, all the enemies have their own character and voice acting, which is, incredibly well done. The animation is really, really good. And I haven't had any problems with like slowdown or anything. The only complaint I have to say is the overall game length, which I think is too short. The game levels, which I think drag on a little bit too long. And in the end, it doesn't really seem to have that much replayability. I would say, unless you are a huge Mega Man fan, I recommend you pass on this game, because it's only, like I said, 2 to 4 hours, maybe 6 hours max, and it only costs $29. So it is only a $30 game, which is pretty nice that it's only $30. But in the end, I would say, unless you are a die-hard Mega Man fan, I would say wait until this goes on sale for like $19. Then it would be worth it, or pick it up as a rental. Play it as a rental, because you'll be able to play through and beat this game just by renting it. You won't need to buy it. And the only real way to say to buy it would be the fact if you want to add it to your collection, if you're a huge fan of collecting Mega Man games as a whole. In the end, it is a fun game. It is a tried and true Mega Man game. It plays very well, but the only nitpicky aspects I have to say is the levels are too long. Most of the levels, I'd say half of them, are poorly designed. The bosses are a little bit too easy to beat. And in the end, it's still a good Mega Man game, and I'm glad they made it. But I would definitely say pass on this unless you pick it up used or just rent it. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to say thanks to anyone who watches this video. I want to say thank you for everyone who subscribes to my channel. Please leave in the comments below if you plan on playing this game, if you've already picked it up and you are playing it, and what you think about this game in general, and do you think it is better than Mighty Number 9? And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.